Hi, welcome back to Examining Life, a life that's worth living. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for tuning in today. First, I would like to thank my subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and click the red rectangle to subscribe. And I'd also like to thank my patrons. Thank you very much for your donations. I greatly appreciate your support. And today, I am back at the University of Ghana. And today's question is, which do you believe, fate or free will? So today I'm speaking with Eric.
Okay.
And which do you believe, fate or free will?
I think I'll go for both.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason why I'll go for both is that I believe that there are several parts of our life that is determined, and there are some parts of our life too, which is as a result of free will. Okay, so the family in which I'm born, how I grew up, most of the things were determined for me, maybe probably by parents' decision and all that. And so to such issues, I would say it's as a result of faith. It was probably designed for me by a superior being, and I have no control over it. But at a point in life too, there are certain decisions, certain actions that I choose to do them. I have the authority and the power over them to whether to go a particular direction or not. I have the power. I just finished an exam. I had the power to determine whether I'm going to study for it or not. Okay, so how I'll do in the exam, I believe would depend mostly on how I use my free will throughout the semester. How I went to classes, I studied, and all those things. Those things have come together to show in my examination today, and that will come out in the result. And so one way or the other, somebody may think that they don't have a control over that exam, but for me, I think I have control over it. If I have an A, it's because I worked for it. If I have a C, it's because I didn't work hard enough for it. On the other hand, there are several other things which I feel we don't have control over. Somebody may be in a car and all of a sudden the tire gets burst and there's an accident. Maybe the tire is new or whatever, but one way or the other, they don't have that control over it and they don't know how come it happened. So for that instant, I believe there's some outplay of faith here. So I'll go for both, depending on the circumstances you find yourself in.
So which do you believe, fate or free will?
I will choose free will
And why?
because I believe that I am a willed being, so I can express my will
What are some ways in which you do that?
through the choices that I make.
Yeah.
I am not condemned to be anything. I can choose to be what I want to be. I can work towards becoming what I want to be. I believe that not just as an individual, but collectively as people of the continent of Africa, either on the continent or outside the continent, we have a huge responsibility of catching up on the delay. We are late behind other continents and we have to do something about it. I would want to be an active stakeholder in Africans playing their full part, their full responsibility as citizens of the world and members of the human community. It's about improvement. Because look at the way I see it. You're here in Africa, regardless where you come from. For you, I believe I have the responsibility of making sure a minimum of living conditions are in place so that when you come, you feel at home. So anybody in Africa should feel at home wherever he goes, wherever she goes in Africa. That is the whole thing.
So today I'm speaking with Wilhelm.
Yeah, of course.
And which do you believe, fate or free will?
I think I like fate
And why?
because I believe as we humans, we need some little bit of rules and regulations to abide by, because too much freedom may lead to distraction and probably may destroy your own self or destroy community or society. But we need a little bit of guidance, rules to be able to. That's why institutions and nations have rules and regulations to guide all of us. Even as Christians, we have a responsibility. We were not bound by religion, though, to stick strictly, but then we have responsibility to love. It's a responsibility, and we have to be in that kind of context in every, all the time, showing love to each other as Christ has loved us.
So you said we have a responsibility to love, but can you also make a choice to do so or not?
We know that Christ came to die for us, and so that was love that's being shared. So we also extend that love to each other. If you see a friend which is in need of financial assistance, you support. If the person needs food, you give food. It's not, so it's a responsibility that we have to do. It's not really a fault, but it's a responsibility that we are extending because we also have it. A love we live in is love. The life we live in is love. So we give back.
Okay, so who am I speaking with today?
Prince
Isaiah.
Nice to meet you both. And which do you believe, fate or free will?
Faith,
And why?
because looking at the two as a comparison, you could see that fate and free will, one has control over the other. If everybody has faith, it means that you fall into a specific direction. When you say fate, it means that things will control you to fall into some path of life. So if you have even your free will, fate is able to control you to fall into that particular line.
I also believe in faith, and pair these two things, like any human being have been born on this world to have faith, like destiny to do this and destiny to do this. You can get your free will as this is what I want to become and this is what I want to do. But since the faith has been given to us, this is what you will become in future. You can't change it. You can't change it, but there is something you should do concerning faith.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below how you would answer this question. Which do you believe, fate or free will? Thank you. Happy travels. Bye.